Hello students, in this video we are going to take a look at some other formulas that are available in most spreadsheet applications. So far we've taken a look at the sum function and the average function, and you can see them here in our little test spreadsheet. Last time we were together we looked at the sum function, which will calculate the sum of a particular range or set of values, and we also took a look at the average, which will do the same. Both are set up the same and will do similar things, but each one you will notice performs an action based on its name. So the sum function calculates a sum, and the average function calculates an average. In this video we're going to take a look at a few other functions that are also available that are commonly used in spreadsheets. The first is going to allow us to calculate the lowest value in a particular range, or the minimum value. So I'm going to put a title of low here, and likewise I'm going to put the label of high as well. I'm just going to format those so that they are over here. The low and high values are calculated using a function. You'll notice if I type low, I get in Google Sheets a little hint of lower. If I read the description, you can see there that it says converts all uppercase letters to a string in lowercase, which might be helpful for you later on. But you can see here that it's not really what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the lowest value, and you can see here by typing LO, Google Sheets is showing me that I really don't have anything that corresponds to the lowest value. And the reason is because I kind of led you astray initially. The function that we're looking for is actually corresponding to the minimum value. So if I type min, you will notice I get a few options here, the first of which is min, and my little hint from Google Sheets is that it returns the minimum value in a list of arguments. You can see here that the list of arguments inside parentheses are structured in a similar way as they were in the sum and average. So I can actually list values separated by commas, or I can also specify a range. As we discussed in the last video, when you want to provide your spreadsheet with a list of values, you can provide it with a single cell and then separate that by a comma and provide another single cell. But in place of a single cell, you can also provide a range of cells, and that's what we used in order to calculate the sum and the average. So here what I'm going to do is a very similar thing. I'm going to type an open parenthesis, and then I'm going to click and drag over the values of which I want the minimum value. And you can see here my spreadsheet automatically fills in the range, C5 to C9. If I close that off and hit enter, I should get the lowest value in the list. Now it may not be formatted exactly as I want it. In some spreadsheets it will pick up that formatting, in others it will not. You can see here that mine did not pick up that formatting, so I'm just going to format it using my formatting options. So this will pick up the smallest value, and just like the sum and average, if I should change something, let's say I changed Wednesday to 1375, just as the total and the average update themselves, so should the minimum function. Anything that you have in any of these cells should automatically update themselves if they are based on a cell that changed. I'm going to undo that change, and you can see we go right back. The high value is very similar to the low value. Instead of min or minimum, we're going to look for the maximum. So I'm going to type max, and we can see here we have max function structured in a very similar way, and it's going to allow me to calculate the maximum of these values. And again, you can see here I need to format, but here it's going to pick up the largest of all of those values. And that's the min and the max function. I'm going to change these so they're a little bit more appropriately named. That might help you remember that we're actually looking for the min and the max respectively.